Pathways to Wholeness podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and I thank you for joining us for this next episode of meditative teaching. Please note that these meditations were recorded in a tropical environment with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds in the background. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Okay, let's just settle in, relax, maybe take a few breaths and just listen to the music before the teaching starts. When we come to meditate, we often bring with us certain ideas or beliefs about what is possible and what is going to happen that have built up due to our resistance. And so we come to meditation with the idea that it is difficult to surrender, that we aren't really capable of it in some way, some idea about what is possible. But let us clarify what the truth is about our potential. Surrendering and letting go are not something that we have to learn to do. As we've heard, our process is to become present. And our inability, or what seems like our inability to let go and surrender, is simply a choice. we will not allow ourselves to surrender. And so, we want to become present to that no. And in fact, it is not as difficult as we might think to make that conscious. Because the simple fact that if we sit down to meditate and we feel nothing but resistance, that is no. That is our unwillingness to allow ourselves to surrender. If we can acknowledge that, then we have a choice. For the truth is that we can allow ourselves to surrender. There is nothing against us. There is not any power forcing us to stay in resistance. It is our own choice. We must be careful. We must not judge resistance as wrong. We must not find fault or believe that somehow there's something wrong because we are choosing resistance. It is not a fault. It is perfectly expected that we would have resistance. We would not need to sit down and meditate if we were surrendered all the time. We are on a path of undoing conditioning and trauma and history. And that path requires compassion and understanding and forgiving. Requires a gentle approach, a gentle attitude, kind and open, the way we would respond to any wounded creature. So when we come to sit in meditation, we're always answering the question, will I allow myself to surrender? And am I able to surrender? The second question is always yes. We are able to surrender. It is a natural state for us to let go effort and be at rest is when our body heals itself, when it takes care of all the processes it needs to keep our bodies healthy and alive. There is no question that we can surrender. The question is whether we will or not, whether we will allow ourselves. And that is the question that we will be dealing with in our spiritual journey. Part of the process that is so important is that we have studied and understood the truth. We have knowledge of the truth. We may not have the experience in this moment, but we know there is something called the truth, and that when we hear about it, we recognize it. But when we come to meditate, we associate surrender with difficulty. There are unconscious beliefs about what will happen when we surrender, and they don't usually include an experience of the truth. Usually they are more apocalyptic. That we will cease to exist, or that we will experience something extremely scary. So, when we ask ourselves if we are willing to surrender, we must keep in mind what we are surrendering to. It is not a danger or a threat. It is the peace and joy, knowing truth. Peace and joy of feeling and knowing our connection with the infinite. We must remember, we must hold the vision of what the truth of our nature is. It is lightness. It is light. It is connection and harmony and peace and joy and love. That is what awaits us when we surrender. Yes, unpleasant feelings, strong feelings arise. And we must be prepared for that and allow for that. Fear will arise. The truth is that we are untouchable by those feelings. We cannot be harmed by them. There is no danger in them. They are just energy. Self-protective energy. There is no threat to our spirit by those strong feelings. And they will pass. They are temporary. They are old. They are not relevant anymore. This journey is not an easy one. It would be nice to have a spontaneous evolution, and some do. For most of us, it requires diligence and focus, determination and courage. Every one of us will have to face our internal devil, if you like. The devil being the symbol of that which we don't want to know about. That which we believe condemns us to suffering. It is part of our conditioning and history. It is not real. It's not truth. It's just something we have come to believe is a threat to our spirit and soul, to our purity and innocence. And that is what the strong feelings, the fear, are about. So, in this moment, be assured that your spirit is intact, your soul is complete. Nothing is broken within you. Your consciousness has been fragmented by your will, but it is only an activity of the mind. It is not, in reality, fragmented at all. We believe firmly in our separation, but it is not true. We could not exist as separate beings. There is no such thing. Everything interacts with everything else. It's interdependent. Everything functions as one, as a unity, undivided. And so in this moment, the choice is ours. Will we allow ourselves to let go surrender. We willingly give up control. Turn our attention fully to this moment. Completely focus. The peace and light and love and joy of our spirit is alive and well within us. That is what awaits our surrender, our letting go. There is nothing that can stop us. So let us turn our attention fully to this moment. Fully to what is. Let us engage fully with our experience of this moment. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you'd like more information on these meditations and teachings, visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Surrender. These are guided meditations designed to support you in letting go of whatever tensions or false ideas you might be holding about how things really are, and reaching a state of peace and surrender. That's Pathways to Surrender. Look for the next episode soon. We're uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.